He's Buzz Williams. Coach, good morning. How you feeling today?
Without love, where would we be now?
Well, 3-1, I guess, is where Maryland is. But Pharrell Payne, give us a status report, if you could, what you know, Coach, on your big man who was 6 for 6 from the field, was finishing off that dunk. I guess there might have been some ice on the floor or whatever, but how's old Payne doing right now?
Yes, sir. I know this is new, but part of my policy, just for protection with my relationship with our families, and because there's so many things that happen with our medical team, I don't comment on the health of any of our guys at any point, not because I'm trying to be a jerk. I'm just,
Sure.
I know a lot of things have changed in our current model of college athletics, but to some degree, I think I have to be the last form of protection. And so we'll follow all the Big Ten protocols relative to injury reports, but I try to stay away from ever saying anything publicly regarding the health of any of our guys.
Fair enough. All right, ebbs and flows of the game. You're up early, 13, I believe it was, in the first half. Then Marquette got crazy from beyond the arc. You're tied at halftime. They extend. Then you come back after Pharrell goes down. But just talk about the resiliency of your team to have the lead. And I know basketball is the game of runs, Buzz, but to come back and win and eventually pull away at the end, how did you feel about the team, the pride that you had in your boys going out there doing what they had to do?
Well, again, it's only the second week of the season, and I think we've had growth with each passing day, not just on game days, but also on the days that we practice. A couple of things. One, I think our staff is distilling exactly what we need with each passing day. I think the words that we're using with our guys, the pictures that we're showing them, they're not only beginning to understand it, some of them can even explain it. And we're accumulating more guys that understand it, can say it, and then can execute it. And I think anytime you play on the road, that changes the ambiance, that changes the environment, and your ability to play to the scouting report on all of the words that you've heard, on all of the drills and breakdowns relative to the opponent, all the clips that you've seen. I thought our execution level, it's not where we want it to be, but I thought our capacity is increasing, similar to what you and I talked about last week. Like, can we get to the point where from a sustainability standpoint, we can play down, back, and it looks like we're all going in the same direction? And I think that there were more loops of that, so to say, where, hey, man, there's 3 or 4 times in a row where we're trying to do exactly what we want to do. And I think our staff is doing really good in regards to their teaching, but a credit to our players, 15 new players, our first road game of our career together. It's the second week of the season. We're playing a very good opponent in an incredible atmosphere. I think our capacity increased, and now following a day off, how can we get our words right relative to Wednesday's opponent? How can we get our clips right on what we show? And then are we practicing the things that translate the most? I think there's beginning to be some cohesion between everybody in the program in regards to our collective thought on both sides of the ball.
Buzz Williams, head basketball coach, University of Maryland. Vinny and Haynie, 1057 The Fan. Bob Haynie, Vinny Serrato with you. Coach, talk about the job Elijah Saunders did on the glass, 11 boards on Saturday, helping to alleviate what's going on in the paint there.
Yeah, the thing, I think that's the thing that's hurting us the most, and we've probably spent more time on this category. And I know you guys watched the game, but at halftime, we had 0 offensive rebounds. And so we didn't give ourselves a chance at all to get a second shot. They had 12 offensive rebounds. So Marquette shot it and missed it. And when the ball was in the air, Marquette got it back offensively more times than we got it back defensively. We were better in the second half, but we weren't even in the game. Like, statistically, it's somewhat amazing that we won the game. For the game, when Maryland shot it and missed it, we only got 17% of our misses, which would rank dead last in the country. When they shot it and missed it, we got 43% of those rebounds. They got 57%. So somehow we've got to continue to adapt and adjust relative to our roster. They shot 22 more balls than we did. And so that we won the game, a lot of other things had to go right. But relative to rebounding, offensively and defensively, we entered that game basically right at the top 100. We were 101st in one, and I think we were like 98th in the other. And out of that game, from a rebounding standpoint, we're closer to the 200th best team offensively and defensive rebounding. So we've somehow got to address that, because that's what's causing us the most stress on both sides of the ball.
Buzz Williams joining us. Buzz, a couple more things for you. Know you're a busy guy here. 85% from the line, over 50% from the field. Free throws especially, is that something that's surprising to you, the way that your team is like just getting it done at charity stripe so far this season?
So a couple of good things. We have to defend without fouling, and we've made that almost priority number 3 within what we're trying to do. And then we have to play to get fouled, because the only way we're going to be able to manufacture enough points is for us to accumulate a large percentage of them from the free throw line. That's been true in both weeks. Like, we have to play and get fouled, and we have to play and not foul. The one positive thing that happened, which was the best thing that's happened thus far relative to this category, we made more free throws on the road than they attempted. And so that means we played to get fouled, and we also defended without fouling. The thing that's kind of ironic is we got fouled and made more than they attempted, yet they still shot 22 more balls than we did. So we have to figure out the rebounding part, which will hopefully influence the free throw part on both ends. But we did a really good job of not fouling at the rate we had been fouling. And if we can somehow not give them so many more shots, which was coming from their offensive rebounds, if we can find a way to solve that, or at least bring us to even, I think that'll help us even more.
All right, Buzz, last thing, got Mount St. Mary's coming up on Wednesday. Then you go to Vegas, got UNLV, who just beat Memphis. They got Gonzaga, who blew out Creighton last week. What's the work schedule going to be like for you and the players, knowing that you're heading out west, taking on 2 formidable teams here?
We have an incredible day of work in front of us. Mount St. Mary's won at Cincinnati last night, the first 29 minutes of the game. They played in the NCAA tournament last year. Really like their team, distinctly different team than who we played on Saturday, than who we played last Friday here, but in that same range. And so we've got to have great days of work today and tomorrow to have a chance to win on Wednesday. And then we've kind of tried to sort through and think through in the summer how we wanted to handle Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This week is our 3rd week of the season, like everybody else, and it's the first week we've only played 1 game. And then, like other teams, next week will be the first time that we will play 3 games, potentially 3 games in a row. And so with our roster the way that it is, I think how we handle Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is really important going into next week. What we've got to make sure of is that we handle Monday and Tuesday the right way this week, so we can be in a position to have a chance to build on Saturday's road win going into Wednesday at home.